air quality morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And the smoke got pretty bad.
Yes, so we were smoky yesterday. Today will be hazy again. It's still not as bad as it was, a couple weeks ago. So we just recommend the sensitive groups, avoiding it today.
Yeah. Get on out of here, right?
Yes, I know. And it looks to start to move out tomorrow. So let's take a look now at our alert day. Once again, today, the poor air quality continues. This is caused by the Canadian wildfire smoke. At this point this morning, we do have an air quality index just around 160, so not as bad as yesterday at this point, and definitely not as bad as the 400s, which we did see a couple weeks ago. We recommend the sensitive groups to stay indoors, and if you are outside for longer periods of time today, definitely be careful of doing any physical outdoor activity because it could cause some effects in some people. But right now we're in the 50s, a little bit cooler this morning, 55 degrees in Earlville and Westmoreland, 54 degrees in Cooperstown. So we will continue to see dry conditions today. It gets a little bit warmer and more humid with that smoke lingering. We do see the humidity increase for the weekend with unsettled weather moving in, and the smoke starts to push out as well. So for the rest of today, expect hazy conditions. We'll reach the 80s. I will talk a little bit more about the unsettled weather this weekend coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Let's get right to it now.
Welcome back. The National Weather Service has extended the air quality alert for all of central New York. This is until midnight tonight. It looks like today is going to be the last day of unhealthy air quality levels. At this point, we're just around 160 for the air quality index, so definitely sensitive groups, be careful of this today. Everyone else, just be careful of doing any physical outdoor activity for longer periods of time. We do start to see improvements tomorrow, and it should be moving out by Sunday, Monday. So here's a look at our smoke forecast once again. Still a little bit heavy in our area. As you can see, it kind of lingers today. Then as we head into Saturday morning, it starts to get a little bit less, and then it clears out as we head into Sunday. Looking into the weekend, as we see unsettled weather come back in. It looks like tomorrow is going to be drier. We start out dry in the morning. A few pop-up thunderstorms are possible in the afternoon. And on Sunday, it's going to be wetter. More showers and scattered thunderstorms are expected. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Construction is complete.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with a mixture of haze and fog once again for this morning, but today it's going to remain a little bit hazy due to that wildfire smoke. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. We are seeing some patchy fog this morning, but we are also seeing hazy conditions as well. So it does look cloudy outside at this point. Today we will remain dry, get a little bit warmer, and we will continue to see poor air quality due to the Canadian wildfire smoke. So I would say sensitive groups avoid outdoors. Everyone else just avoid being outside for too long today doing any physical activity. It's not as bad as a couple weeks ago, but it's still in the unhealthy range. Our air quality index at this point is at 160. So it's usually just around 0. 160 for today. That's caused by the Canadian wildfire smoke moving back in. So we are in the darker blue, kind of a green color for our near surface smoke map. It remains this way today. As we see the wind shift, and as we head into tomorrow, it looks to start to push out. So much better tomorrow and should be fully out by Sunday. Our temperatures to start are in the 50s, a little bit cooler this morning. 55 degrees in Dalesville and Little Falls, 56 degrees in Whitesboro, and looking to the south, we have 54 degrees in Norwich and Hamilton. We will get warmer today. We'll reach the low 80s, and then we will remain dry again. This is our Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. If it wasn't for the smoke and haze, we will be seeing sunshine for today. Once again, very similar to yesterday. We are just going to be a little bit warmer with the humidity on the rise today, and we'll get hot and humid again for the weekend. The heat and humidity trend looks to stick around for next week. So it looks like unsettled weather comes back in. It gets hot and humid. We'll be in the low 80s tomorrow with a few pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon. The morning looks nice and dry. For Sunday, it looks a little bit wetter than Saturday. We see more uniform, scattered thunderstorms and showers coming in for Sunday. We're also a little bit cooler, but still humid. And then once again, the heat and humidity continues next week, which gives us a chance for a shower or a thunderstorm every day. So on our Skycast here today, we continue to see dry conditions, a little little bit warmer. We'll be in the low 80s and starts to get a little bit humid this afternoon. We still see hazy conditions. Tonight we fall into the 60s, and then tomorrow we'll start out nice and dry in the morning. We'll continue to see clouds increase throughout the afternoon, and by 1 p.m. a few pop-up thunderstorms coming in for the north. For the rest of the afternoon and evening, pop-up thunderstorms are possible. And then as we head into Sunday, it gets a little bit wetter. We see some more showers and thunderstorms in the morning on Sunday. As we see, they are a little bit more widespread heading into Sunday afternoon and evening. So for the rest of today, expect dry conditions. We see some haze come in. We'll be in the low 80s, so warm and muggy. And then tonight we'll fall into the 60s. The unsettled weather starts to come in for the weekend. The air quality starts to improve as well. We get warm and humid with unsettled weather. So next week, since it is warm and humid, there's a chance of a shower or thunderstorm every day, Gary.
So hopefully this will move out by Sunday, you said?
Yes, so it looks like tomorrow it should be better, and then Sunday it should be gone.
Good riddance, right?
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. Well, if you live or work in, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And a lot of folks looking forward to the weekend, and the hope is that that smoke will move on out.
Yes, so it's not as bad today, and then it starts to move out tonight into tomorrow, and it should be completely gone by Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Bye, smoke. We don't know when it will be returning or not. It's hard to forecast,
Yeah.
but as long as those fires keep burning up in Canada, could come back.
Yeah, always a chance.
Yes, so let's take a look now at our alert day continuing today. The poor air quality continues. At this point, our air quality index is just around 160. Not as bad as yesterday and not as bad as a couple weeks ago, but we do recommend sensitive groups avoiding outdoors and then not too much physical activity outside for today. It's still in the unhealthy category with the air quality index of just around 160, so keep that in mind for today. Our temperatures this morning are a little bit lower than yesterday. We're starting out in the 50s, 54 degrees in Cooperstown and 57 degrees in Whitesboro. We will remain dry and hazy today from that wildfire smoke. Unsettled weather moves in this weekend with some thunderstorms and showers, and then we start to see the smoke push out on Saturday into Sunday. So for today, expect some sun, but it's going to be faded because of that wildfire smoke and will be warmer in the 80s. I will talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks, and don't forget to storm.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. We are starting out in the 50s this morning. It's a little bit cooler than yesterday. 56 degrees being measured at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome. The dew point is at 55, so it is comfortable this morning. It's not humid, but this will be on the rise today. We will reach the 60s, which puts us in the muggy category this afternoon for dew point. We'll also reach the 80s this afternoon, so it is going to warm up pretty quickly. But today we will continue to see haze from wildfire smoke up in Canada. Today looks like to be our last day. We do see significant amounts of haze. Our air quality index at this point is at 160, so we're still in that unhealthy level. So the haze and the smoke continues today. It starts to clear out for the weekend. It will be fully cleared out by Sunday, but we will be seeing unsettled weather come back in with a few pop-up storms tomorrow and some more scattered thunderstorms on Sunday. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. The Federal Aviation.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with fog and hazy conditions. Once again this morning, we continued our alert day into today due to the poor air quality. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. It looks cloudy, but this is fog that has lifted. We are seeing patchy fog in the valleys and in higher elevations this morning. We are also seeing this mixed in with haze, so visibility may be difficult in some areas. We did continue the alert day today due to the poor air quality caused by the Canadian wildfire smoke. At this point, the air quality index is just around 160. That means that sensitive groups should avoid outdoors, and then you should avoid any longer periods outside today with physical activity because it is still in the unhealthy category. Not as bad bad as yesterday and then not as bad as a couple weeks ago, but it's still unhealthy. It's still going to be noticeably hazy today as we see our near surface smoke. It's a darker blue and kind of like a green color. It continues to linger around for today, but heading into early tomorrow morning, the wind shift, so it does start to push out tomorrow, and as we can see, a much lighter color for tomorrow. It completely looks to clear out for Sunday. Our temperatures to start are a little bit cooler than yesterday. 50s in the 50s. We have 56 degrees in Inlet and in Dowdesville, 60 degrees in Deansboro, and looking to the south, we have 54 degrees in Norwich and in Hamilton. But it will get warmer today. We'll actually reach the low 80s, and we will remain dry. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and very similar to yesterday, we would be nice and sunny today if we weren't seeing the haze from the wildfire smoke up in Canada. So it does get a little bit muggy today as well. That's ahead of unsettled weather for the weekend, and as it does get unsettled this weekend, it gets humid as well for both Saturday and Sunday, and the heat and humidity continues into most of next week with a chance of unsettled weather every day because it's hot and humid. So the heat comes in tomorrow, lower to mid 80s. A pop-up thunderstorm is possible, but it is going to be a little bit wetter on Sunday. We see more scattered thunderstorms move in. So let's take a look on our skycast. We remain dry today. We do get warmer, a little bit muggy this afternoon. We reach the low 80s, and we still see hazy conditions from the wildfire smoke. Then tonight we fall just into the 60s as we remain a little bit muggy overnight. And we will start out tomorrow dry. We start out dry. Few pop-up thunderstorms are possible in the afternoon tomorrow as clouds move in. But as we can see, not a lot showing on our skycast. Once we do head into Sunday, though, it does become a little bit more widespread. We see more showers and thunderstorms for Sunday throughout the day, much compared to Saturday. So for today, dry conditions, a little bit breezy. We see haze, and we'll be in the low 80s, and then we fall just into the 60s tonight. So we continue to our alert day today due to the poor air quality. Looks to start to clear out tomorrow. It will be out on Sunday, but we see unsettled weather coming for the weekend. And since it remains hot and humid, we see unsettled weather continue next week, Gary.
So look at all that sunshine today, but it might be blocked, huh?
Yeah, so like very similar to yesterday, kind of looked a little bit cloudy. That's how it's going to look today.
Yeah, be careful again.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. The time right now is 5, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And a big holiday weekend ahead. A lot of folks have Monday and Tuesday off, and everyone's wondering when that smoke's going to move on out.
So it looks to get a little bit better today, and then it should be like noticeably almost gone tomorrow, and then it should be out by Sunday.
So it was here, and it's moving on out.
Yes, but then it's really hard to forecast. We don't know if it'll come back anytime because those fires are still burning.
There's a lot of them up there.
Yes, there are. So let's take a look now at our alert day. Once again, continuing today due to the poor air quality. This is caused by the Canadian wildfire smoke. We are still in the unhealthy range. I would recommend sensitive groups remaining indoors today, and then everyone else avoiding longer periods of time outside doing any physical activity. Our air quality index at this point is at 161, so we are in that unhealthy category. Right now, we are in the 50s. We have 56 degrees in Little Falls and Inlet, 55 degrees in Earlville. We'll get warmer today. We'll actually reach the 80s, and we will see an increase in humidity as well. So for today, dry and hazy again as we see the smoke lingering. Unsettled weather does come in for the weekend, so we get really humid for tomorrow and Sunday. Pop-up thunderstorms are possible, but we see that smoke move out as well. So for the rest of today, expect dry conditions, hazy conditions. We'll be in the low 80s and will be a little bit more humid. I will talk more about this weekend's forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Let's get right to it now. Congressman.
Welcome back. The National Weather Service continued the air quality alert into today until midnight tonight. That is for all of central New York. We are still at unhealthy levels for air quality due to the Canadian wildfire smoke. At this point, the air quality index is just around 160, so keep that in mind as you are heading out the door today. The smoke looks to continue to stay in our region today, but then as we head into tomorrow morning, it does start to kind of lighten up a little bit, and as we can see, we are cleared out by Sunday afternoon. For the weekend, though, we do see unsettled weather come in. A few pop-up thunderstorms are possible tomorrow afternoon. The morning looks dry, and then Sunday, it's going to be wetter. We see more showers and thunderstorms throughout the day on Sunday. Gary?
Weather.
Yes,
that's
on
hard
Sunday.
to say. Hannah, thanks. Construction is complete.
The The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out once again this morning with a mixture of patchy fog and haze. The haze is from the wildfire smoke, so we did decide to continue the alert day into today. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. As you can see, it looks cloudy, but we are just seeing that haze kind of covering the sunshine. It will continue to be that way today with poor air quality. Due to this Canadian wildfire smoke blowing into our area, we do recommend sensitive groups staying indoors and avoiding any longer periods of time outside today doing physical activity. We are still in the unhealthy range for the air quality index. At this point, it is just around 160. It will remain unhealthy today, and then tomorrow, probably a little bit still of haze, but it's going to get much better tomorrow and for the weekend. So here's our near surface smoke map. Darker blue and green colors for our area today. It continues to stay this way into early tomorrow morning. Then as we look, getting lighter tomorrow. It looks to get much better by tomorrow evening and then even into Sunday. Our sky watchers have us mostly in the 50s this morning. We have 55 degrees in Clinton, 56 degrees in Old Forge, and if we take a look to the south, we have 50 degrees in Hartwick and 53 degrees in Milford. We will get warmer today. Highs will actually reach the lower 80s. It will get a little bit muggy as well, and we will remain dry. This is our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Very similar to yesterday. We will be seeing sunshine here this morning and today, but it's kind of clouded over by that haze. We will start to see the humidity on the rise today, and then it will get humid again for the weekend. The humidity trends into next week as well, so we do start to see some unsettled weather coming in because of this. Some pop-up thunderstorms are possible tomorrow afternoon. It looks dry for the morning, but it's going to get hot and humid in the lower 80s. And then as we head into Sunday, we will still be hot and humid, but the storms are going to be more uniform. We see more scattered thunderstorms throughout the day on Sunday in the morning and in the afternoon. So Sunday looks like the wetter day. Today we will remain dry. We will reach the low 80s, get a little bit humid throughout the day. And then as we head into this evening, we drop into the 60s. Tomorrow morning looks dry for most of the morning. It gets hot and humid throughout the day. We'll reach the lower 80s, and then a few pop-up thunderstorms come in the afternoon and kind of linger into the evening. But then as we look at Sunday, we see more scattered thunderstorms throughout the morning, along with the afternoon, same with a few pop-up showers as well throughout the day on Sunday. So for today, expect dry conditions, lower 80s. It's still going to be hazy. It gets a little bit humid as well. And then tonight we drop into the 60s. We did continue our alert day today due to the poor air quality. It starts to improve over the weekend with pop-up thunderstorms come in. The heat and humidity continues next week, and that allows for a chance of thunderstorm almost every day, Gary.
Another 7-day with a lot of chances for pop-up thunderstorms.
Because it's getting hot and humid. It's summer.
Yeah, it just seems like it's not ending.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. Well, if you live or work, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday, finally.
Looking forward to the weekend.
Yes, for sure. And then we have an air quality alert day again today. It should start to clear out for this weekend, though.
Good for us, right?
Yes. Finally. So let's take a look now at the alert day in effect today. Poor air quality continues. It's caused by the Canadian wildfire smoke. I would recommend sensitive groups avoid outdoors, and then everyone else just avoid doing longer periods of physical activity outside today. The air quality index is just at 160 this morning, so that is in the unhealthy range. It's not like a couple weeks ago where it was in the 400s, and then it's a little bit better than yesterday as well. But it does continue today. We are starting out in the 50s, 56 degrees in Little Falls and Inlet, and 55 degrees in Earlville. Today we will be a little bit warmer. We'll reach the 80s with hazy conditions as that smoke kind of lingers around. We do see the heat and humidity coming for the weekend. That brings in the possibility of some thunderstorms, and then we see that smoke push out as well. So for the rest of today, dry conditions. We reach the 80s. We will be hazy. I will talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Today,
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. We're starting out in the 50s this morning, 56 degrees being measured at the Rivers Park Airport in Rome. We should be seeing some sun at this point, but we are seeing some fog and some haze mixing in this morning, so it does look cloudy and overcast outside. Today it will remain hazy even when the fog lifts, so the sun is going to be faded for today once again, and this is due to the wildfire smoke moving back in up from Canada. It moves back in today. It starts to move out tomorrow, and it will be out by Sunday, but those fires keep burning up there, so there is not really any way to tell when it will or if it will come back in the future. So today we continue to see the haze and the smoke lingering. We'll reach the 80s today, and then we'll be warm and humid over the weekend with unsettled weather, pop-up thunderstorms tomorrow and Sunday, and then the smoke starts to push out this weekend. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. The Federal Aviation Administration predicts today.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with hazy and foggy conditions this morning, and then we will continue to see poor air quality for today. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. As we can see, it should be sunny to start here this morning, but it is looking kind of like clouded over because we are seeing haze here in downtown Utica, and then we are seeing foggy conditions in higher elevations and in the valleys to start this morning. So we did issue our alert day today. We continued it due to the poor air quality caused by the Canadian wildfire smoke. We recommend sensitive groups staying inside and to avoid any longer periods of outdoor physical activity because our air quality index is still in the unhealthy level. It's at just around 160 at this point, which it's normally around 0. So we are continuing to see the poor air quality continue today. It starts to get a little bit better tomorrow. As we can see, our near surface smoke map is showing a darker blue and green color for our region. Looking into tomorrow, early morning, it's still this color, but throughout the day, it decreases to kind of like a lighter blue, and it should be out by Sunday. Our skywatchers have us mostly in the 50s this morning. We have 55 degrees in Clinton, 53 degrees in Westdale, and looking to the south, we have 54 degrees in Cooperstown, 52 degrees in Evanston. We'll get warmer today. We'll actually reach the low 80s, and we will remain dry. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Very similar to yesterday, we will be seeing sunshine here today, but it's going to kind of look clouded over because it does remain hazy due to that wildfire smoke. So today, Nala and her neighbors are still upset about that, about the smoke, that they have to stay inside. Today she's saying hi to Doman and his brother Grubby. They can't really see each other this morning due to the haze and patchy fog, but then later they'll be able to see each other a little bit, and I think they just want to take a nap inside for today. Looking ahead to the weekend, that smoke starts to clear out tomorrow, and it will be clear out on Sunday, but we get unsettled. We see a few pop-up storms tomorrow, and the same thing on Sunday. It gets warm and humid, and the heat and humidity continues even into next week with that unsettled weather. So on our skycast here today, we will remain dry. Some clouds do come in for this afternoon and evening, but it's going to be hazy either way. We'll be in the low 80s, and we will start to see the humidity rise. Then as we head into tomorrow, we'll start out in the morning dry with some sun, possibly just a little bit of haze. We will reach the lower 80s tomorrow. It's going to get pretty warm and humid, and we see a few pop-up thunderstorms come in starting in the afternoon and then lasting into Sunday. So for today, expect hazy conditions. It's going to look clouded over today. We are going to be seeing temperatures reach the low 80s, and it starts to get a little bit humid. And then tonight we will drop just into the 60s. We remain mild overnight. So we do have our alert day continuing today due to the poor air quality continuing. It starts to get a little bit better for tomorrow. It should clear out on Sunday, but then we remain warm and humid next week. That allows for a chance of a storm every day, Gary.
And threatening clouds there for Tuesday, huh?
Yeah, so 4th of July, maybe seeing a pop-up thunderstorm or two.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Hannah, thanks. Well, a newly listed California house.
From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberchore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
With a iffy forecast, kind of, huh?
Yes, so today we're going to be hazy again with the wildfire smoke, and then this weekend, pop-up thunderstorms.
And get ready for it because a lot of folks have the next 4 days off.
Yes, so it's going to be hot and humid, and then that gives the chance of some thunderstorms. So let's take a look now at another alert day today. We extended it due to the poor air quality once again caused by the Canadian wildfire smoke. I would say sensitive groups should remain indoors today because we are still in this unhealthy range. Our air quality index at this point is just around 160, and that is unhealthy enough for everyone else just to be careful doing any outdoor physical activity today. Right now, we're mostly in the 50s. We have 54 degrees in Cooperstown, 59 degrees in Whitesboro, but we will warm up today. We'll reach the low 80s, start to get a little bit humid with the smoke and haze still kind of lingering. We get warm and humid over the weekend. That brings in the chance of some thunderstorms, but that smoke does push out. So for today, expect hazy conditions, low 80s. It's going to get a little bit humid. I will talk more about this weekend's forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Let's get right to it now. Congressman Brandon Williams.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with hazy and foggy skies this morning. We did continue our alert day today due to the poor air quality. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. It should be nice and sunny this morning, but we are kind of seeing faded sunshine on our camera here. This is due to the wildfire smoke staying here today. And then once again, our alert day is continuing. Due to the poor air quality caused by this Canadian wildfire smoke, I would recommend sensitive groups staying inside today and then avoiding any long periods of time outside doing any physical activity because we are still in the unhealthy range with this smoke. Our air quality index at this point is at 160. It's definitely not as bad as the 400s like last time a couple weeks ago, and it's not as bad as yesterday. But we are still seeing some near surface smoke, this darker blue and green color. It continues today and tonight. It looks to get a lot better by tomorrow evening and then move out on Sunday. Our sky watchers this morning have us mostly in the 50s. We have 58 degrees in Mohawk, 57 degrees in New Hartford, and if we take a look to the south, we have 57 degrees in Lawrence and 52 degrees in Emerson. We'll get warmer today. We'll reach the low 80s and we will remain dry. This is our Yorkville battery. Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar tracking dry weather today. It would be nice and sunny, but the fog and the haze this morning is kind of clouding that up. And the haze today is going to make it look like faded sunshine outside. Once the smoke does start to clear out, we see unsettled weather come back in, though. Humidity will be on the rise today, and it will be humid for the weekend and into next week. Pop-up thunderstorms are possible tomorrow, and then scattered thunderstorms are also possible on Sunday because of this unsettled weather coming in. So today looks dry. We do see some clouds moving in, but either way, it's still going to be hazy today. We'll reach the low 80s and get a little bit more humid, and then tonight will remain mild and muggy in the 60s. Tomorrow, we start out really dry in the morning, and then in the afternoon some pop-up thunderstorms do develop because the heat and humidity will be warm in the mid 80s and pretty humid with those pop-up thunderstorms continuing into Sunday. So for today, expect hazy conditions, foggy skies to start. That will lift, but will still be hazy and in the low 80s. Getting a little bit more humid today, and then we will be mild and muggy tonight, low in the 60s. The poor air quality continues today. At this point, we're just around 160 for the air quality index. That is unhealthy for sensitive groups, and it's unhealthy to any physical activity outside in this. So we did continue our alert day into today. A few pop-up thunderstorms come back in for the weekend. The haze starts to clear out tomorrow, and it should be clear by Sunday, once again with pop-up thunderstorms. And since it is hot and humid next week, we do have a chance of a shower or a thunderstorm every day.
Is meteorologist Hannah Evans, and Hannah, that smoke seems to be sticking around, doesn't it?
Yes, we continue to see hazy skies for today, so we did decide to extend our alert day into today. The poor air quality continues. This is caused by the Canadian wildfire smoke. I would definitely recommend the sensitive groups to remain indoors, but once again, it's not as bad as it was where we saw it a couple weeks ago. It's still in that unhealthy level, though. At this point, our air quality index is at 170, and this is usually at 0 for good air quality, but it's not as bad as as those days a couple weeks ago. But we are still seeing a haze. Smoke continues to linger. We will remain dry today and get a lot warmer into the 80s with unsettled weather moving in for the weekend because we do get hot and humid over the weekend. We start to see that smoke push out tomorrow, and it should be out by Sunday. So for the rest of today, expect dry conditions, hazy skies, highs in the lower 80s. I will talk a little bit more about this weekend's forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. It is the 4th of July holiday.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are still tracking poor air quality for today, but it does look to improve over the weekend. Let's take a look now over Oneonta. As we can see, a little bit of haze affecting us here today. Definitely not as bad as it was a couple weeks ago. It's around the same as what it was yesterday, just a little bit hazy. With poor air quality caused by the Canadian wildfire smoke, definitely recommend the sensitive groups to remain indoors for today. But overall, it is still at an unhealthy level for everyone. The air quality index at this point is just around 170. So most of us can be affected by this if we're outside for longer periods or doing any form of physical activity outside. So just be careful of that for today. We will continue to see this smoke stick around for the rest of today. It starts to clear out tomorrow, though. We can see this is tomorrow morning. The colors are turning a little bit lighter, which means less smoke. And then by tomorrow evening into Sunday, it should get a lot better. But we still have our air quality alert in effect from the National Weather Service. This remains in effect until midnight. But the rest of today, it's going to be warm, and we're going to be seeing some faded sunshine in between that haze. Our skywatchers have us in the 70s. We have 79 degrees in Clinton and 78 degrees in Mohawk. We'll reach the low 80s today, and we'll start to get a little bit humid as well. We are dry on our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, and if it wasn't for this haze, we would be seeing sunny skies with just a little bit of a breeze. It would have been an overall nice day without the haze, but Nala and her neighbors this afternoon are chilling by the window. She's saying hi to Doman and Grubby. They're chilling today. They're staying inside once again because they don't want to go outside in the smoke. They want to just take a nap, and then they'll be sunbathing once again as we head into the weekend. But in between some periods of dry weather and some sunshine, there is going to be pop-up thunderstorms possible. Tomorrow afternoon, a few pop-up thunderstorms are possible as we get warm and humid, and then some more scattered thunderstorms possible heading into Sunday. So for the rest of today, expect some cloud cover to come in, but either way, we're seeing haze. We'll reach the low 80s and get a little bit humid, and then tonight we remain mild and muggy overnight with the low in the 60s. Tomorrow we'll get hot again. We'll reach the low to mid 80s, and just around noon, 1 p.m., we start to see some thunderstorms pop up, and that continues for the rest of the day, even into Sunday. So heading into Sunday, we are going to continue to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms with cloudy skies and temperatures once again reaching the 80s. So for the rest of today, expect hazy conditions. We'll reach the low 80s. The dew point will start to rise. We'll get a little bit humid, and then we'll remain hazy, mild, and muggy tonight. So today looks like to be our last day with really poor air quality. Probably still going to be seeing hazy a little bit tomorrow, but it starts to get a lot better, and it will improve into Sunday. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Coming up, we have much more news ahead and wildfires and the smoke that continues to blanket central New York. Meteorologist Hannah Evans is tracking its intensity and when it will be moving out.
We are still seeing smoke and haze for today, and it looks to start to move out this weekend. So we did continue our alert day due to the poor air quality caused by the Canadian wildfire smoke. I would definitely recommend sensitive groups to remain indoors today. But even for all of us, it is still at an unhealthy level. We are measuring 170 for the air quality index today, and that number should be close to 0. So it's still unhealthy today. We can see the haze if we look outside. It doesn't smell like smoke, so so it's definitely not as bad as it was a couple weeks ago. But it does linger today, so just keep that in mind. We'll remain dry and reach the 80s. We do see unsettled weather move in for the weekend. A few pop-up thunderstorms are possible as it gets hot and humid, but the good thing is that smoke starts to push out this weekend as well. So for the rest of today, expect hazy conditions, dry weather. We'll reach the low 80s. It get a little bit more humid. I will talk more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. A man who stormed
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are still tracking widespread haze across our area due to Canadian wildfire smoke. Let's take a look now at Oneonta. As we can see, if you look out into the horizon, looks a bit hazy. This is from the Canadian wildfire smoke, and once again today it is giving us poor air quality, so we did continue our alert day because of this. I definitely recommend the sensitive groups remaining indoors for today, and then just be careful of doing any physical activity outside. Our air quality is still at an unhealthy level, just around 170 for the air quality index at this point. Nowhere near as bad as it was a couple weeks ago. It's just around the same as yesterday. It's still unhealthy, but it's not severe like it was a couple weeks ago. We are still seeing some near surface smoke. We can see this darker blue and the green color. It continues to linger around today, but once we head into tomorrow morning, as you can see, it turns a little bit lighter. It starts to clear out tomorrow, and it should be gone by Sunday. But the National Weather Service does continue the air quality alert, and that is in effect until midnight tonight. Otherwise, we would have been seeing sunshine today if we didn't see the haze. We're getting pretty warm as well. Our sky watchers have us in the 70s, 78 degrees in Mohawk and 79 degrees in Clinton. Highs today will reach the low 80s, and it's starting to get a little bit humid. Here is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are dry today, and then once again it would have been sunny, but we are kind of clouded by that with that haze, so it's kind of like faded sunshine this afternoon, and then once again getting warmer and humid. It gets really humid over the weekend, and we do see some unsettled weather come in. So hot and humid tomorrow. Pop-up thunderstorms are possible in the afternoon. The morning looks dry, and then Sunday, more scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible as we do remain warm and humid. So on our skycast here today, some cloud cover possibly coming in this afternoon, but we're still seeing hazy conditions. We'll reach the low 80s, and it starts to get a little bit humid, and tonight will remain mild and muggy overnight with a low in the 60s. Tomorrow morning will be dry and pretty warm. It's going to be humid though, and we'll reach the lower to mid 80s tomorrow with those pop-up thunderstorms coming in the afternoon, and then they look to stay around through the evening as well. So for the rest of today, expect to reach the low 80s. Expect that dew point to start to rise. It starts to get a little bit humid, and it is breezy and hazy, and then tonight will remain mild and muggy overnight. So we did continue our alert day today due to the poor air quality. It starts to improve tomorrow. It starts to move out as the wind shifts. We'll be hot and humid tomorrow with the pop-up thunderstorms possible in the afternoon. Then as we head into Sunday, we are seeing more scattered showers and thunderstorms. The smoke should clear out by then. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Now to a reaction to that verdict in the park.
Let's look at the forecast tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. It is Friday. It is before a holiday weekend. And finally, we're seeing the end to some of this smoke, right?
Yeah, we're finally going to catch a break. The winds are coming from the south, which means we will be seeing this smoke clear out as we head into the weekend. This will continue to impact our area this evening and tonight, but I think beginning tomorrow, we'll see the air quality improve. The air quality alert remains in effect for all of central New York this evening. We are tracking a few scattered showers approaching from the west. We'll see more of these as we head through the weekend. Current temperature is 83 degrees. The dew point's up to 59. It is becoming more humid, but it isn't too bad out there yet. The levels of humidity are really going to ramp up as we head into the weekend, and we'll be dealing with more showers and thunderstorms. Scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder this evening. That should be the exception, though. It remains hazy. We are tracking showers and thunderstorms. I'll let you know which weekend day is better to be outdoors, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
All right, Bill, let's take a look at the tower cam right now. You can see that haze out there. The DEC released just minutes ago an air quality advisory for tomorrow And our region, fortunately, as you just heard from Bill, is not on that advisory. It is for the Adirondack, Upper Hudson Valley, Lower Hudson Valley, New York City Metro, and Long Island regions. And again, that's for tomorrow. That haze is going to move off, and we'll have a better weekend for sure. Bad news once again for swimmers in Oneonta.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a look at the weekend forecast. It does look like there will be one day better than the other, and that would be Saturday. Looking at scattered showers and a thunderstorm, it's very humid, a high of 84. Sunday, the weather looks wetter. I'm looking at widespread showers and storms. It doesn't look like Sunday is going to be a washout, but I think it will be wetter with more showers compared to Saturday, and also slightly cooler, but both days look very, very humid. This was last night's sunset from our CAV Tower Cam. It was absolutely gorgeous from our standpoint here in Smith Hill. Not sure if we're going to get the same view tonight, as we do have some clouds working in from the west. A few scattered showers are west of Syracuse, so we may see a brief shower here late this evening and early tonight. Big story continues to be the wildfire smoke, the haze, the poor air quality. This is a live look in Oneonta. The haze is going to stick around tonight, but with the favorable wind direction, the air quality does improve for Saturday. We're expecting things to get better. It won't be 100%, but I think it will be better than what we've been experiencing for the past 2 days. That south wind is going to finally start to clear the smoke out. It's not going to be instantaneous, but I think you will notice the difference tomorrow compared to today. We'll still have haze in the sky, but I think that will be related to humidity as opposed to poor air quality in the wildfire smoke. And that humidity is going to stick around over the next 7 days. It looks very humid beginning this weekend, lasting into early next week. A warm front moving through tonight, again sparking off a shower. This is going to be a game changer here, bringing in some midsummer heat into our area, along with the chance for showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, after we have that small chance of a shower here late this evening, it's generally quiet tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 60s. Tomorrow, we'll start out the day dry. We'll see some sunshine. A few thunderstorms pop up in the afternoon and evening, but they don't look to be for the entire area. We could be talking about some locally heavy rainfall and some gusty winds with these too. Temperatures climbing to the 80s. Scattered showers are possible tomorrow night. And Sunday, the showers will be more widespread than Saturday, and it looks to be cooler too, with high temperatures in the mid-70s. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 63. Tomorrow, a very humid day and also very warm. We'll have better air quality, though, with less wildfire smoke. High temperatures climb into the mid-80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, the haze tomorrow is more humidity related as opposed to the wildfire smoke. On Sunday, showers, thunderstorms, 75. Monday, Tuesday, more scattered showers and storms. If you have any plans for the 4th of July, this is going to be the hit or miss style storms, most of them happening in the afternoons. And then look at that, close to 90 as we look ahead to next Thursday.
89, you're just right there.
It's looking close.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Bill. No politics when it back over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, and we're tracking the smoke.
Yeah, we're still talking about the smoke tonight, but things are going to finally change. The wind direction is going to become a lot more favorable, and all of this smoke is eventually going to clear out. We should start to notice the improvements tomorrow, but because there's so much smoke from these wildfires in the air across the whole Northeast, across the eastern half of the country, it will take a little bit of time for things to really improve. But again, things are going to be getting better as we look ahead. Temperature-wise, we're going to see the smoke clear out, but the humidity looks to move in. We're looking at more summer-like heat as we head into Saturday. Sunday's looking cooler, but next week, it looks like we're going to see a weather pattern that will remind us of the mid-summer days, the dog days of summer, with very high humidity and temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Out there this evening, the weather looks relatively quiet. Can't rule out a passing shower. Temperatures will remain in the 70s. We've got to look at the weekend forecast along with how things are trending for the 4th of July, and it's coming up. Jason, back to you.
All right, Bill, thanks. A former Utica Academy of Science student returned to his
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
We're tracking showers and a few thunderstorms as we head into the weekend with wildfire smoke clearing out. Saturday looks to be the better of the 2 weekend days to be outdoors. It's very humid and it's very warm, but I think it's going to be drier compared to Sunday. Both days have the chance for thunderstorms. Sunday's chances are slightly higher, and it looks cloudier on Sunday compared to Saturday. Cooler Sunday, though, so if you're not a fan of the heat, maybe Sunday's better for you. High temperatures in the mid-70s. It's generally dry out there this evening. You can't rule out a passing shower. There's a warm front approaching from the west, and that could spark off a shower, but it looks to be limited. This is a live look at our Utica National Tower camera overlooking Cooperstown. You can still see the haze in the sky, but the air quality is expected to improve. We have a south wind coming in, and tomorrow we will see the levels improve from where it's been unhealthy today to moderate heading into tomorrow. And again, it should be safe to be outdoors for just about everyone tomorrow afternoon as the smoke gradually lifts to the north. Again, winds become more favorable. That's going to carry the smoke to the north and east as we head into the day tomorrow. It'll be a process. There's a lot of smoke in the atmosphere, so it's going to take some time for the numbers to come down and the air to clear out. But I think things will get better as you head into the weekend. Sunday looks better, too. I think we'll be out of this for a while. We should stay away from wildfire smoke. Winds will generally stay southerly, coming from the south, which keeps the wildfire smoke out of our area over the next 7 days. Very humid weather. As the smoke clears out, the humidity arrives, so it may still look hazy heading into the weekend, but that won't be wildfire smoke, but rather the haze from the humidity. Mohawk 83 degrees, Inlet 78, West Leyden 78, across Southern Valleys. Hartwick checking in with 78, Milford 79, and Morris with 80 degrees. And again, it does look even warmer heading into the day tomorrow. Warm front moving through tonight. Again, pop-up showers possible this evening. Otherwise, it's dry and it's still hazy overnight. Temperatures will fall down into the low 60s. Tomorrow starts out dry with some sunshine. We could see a pop-up shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon. High temperatures climb into the mid-80s. Any thunderstorms tomorrow could produce locally heavy rain and gusty winds. Tomorrow night, some lingering showers in our area. On Sunday, again, it's cloudier, more pop-up showers in the afternoon. High temperatures climb into the mid-70s. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 63. Tomorrow, it's a warm and very humid day, but the air quality does improve. Again, watch out for thunderstorms in the afternoon, a high of 84. Again, the haze on Saturday is humidity related, not necessarily wildfire smoke. Sunday, showers, thunderstorms, 75, up to 80 on Monday. Showers, thunderstorms possible Tuesday. Some of these may impact your fireworks plans. We'll keep an eye on that. And then it turns hot. Temperatures close to 90. So we look ahead to Thursday. We'll be right back.
Is off this evening, the holiday weekend. We're typically reminding you to be smart with fireworks, don't drink and drive, but this year we are adding air quality concerns and health and safety checklists. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis tracking all of this for us from the Weather Center. You've got some haze out there behind you.
Yeah, it's haze. The air pollution still out there from wildfire smoke, but things are going to change. The haze out there again from Canadian wildfire smoke. The wind direction is going to carry some of this out beginning tomorrow, so things are going to improve going forward. That air quality alert remains in effect. The air quality today is similar to what it was yesterday. The levels are about half of what they were on June 7th. That was a really bad day in terms of air pollution. Today it has impacts. It's just very different compared to what we were dealing with earlier in the month. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few sprinkles out there this evening. Our current temperature is 80 degrees. Heading into this evening, it remains hazy. We could see a passing shower. We're tracking showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. One day looks better to be outdoors than the other. We're going to take a look at which one that is, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. 2 men were taken to a local hospital.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Happy Friday. We are tracking poor air quality tonight, but things are going to change heading into the weekend. Let's take a look at the weekend forecast. Saturday looks to be the better of the two weekend days in terms of the wet weather. There will be a few scattered showers on Saturday. The showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, I think they're going to be more widespread. So think about last weekend. It's kind of the opposite of last weekend, where Saturday was wetter than Sunday. Saturday was cooler than Sunday. Also, too, we could see a couple of stronger storms on Saturday. That could be the case here. A high temperature of 84. On Sunday, widespread showers. Temperatures will be in the mid-70s. Sunday's not looking to be a washout, but again, it does look wetter. For some of you, maybe Sunday's the better day if you're not a big fan of the heat and humidity. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, we are tracking the haze in our area. Wildfire smoke will start to thin out tonight and tomorrow. So things get better tomorrow as the wind direction starts to push this smoke out of our area. But just keep in mind, it's going to be a process. Have some patience here. There's a lot of smoke in the atmosphere over our area, and it is going to take some time. But I do think you'll notice the difference Saturday from the morning to the evening. Things will become better. The air becomes a lot less polluted with that wildfire smoke, and things are going to be heading in a better direction heading into Sunday, too. Good news is, looking ahead, our winds are predominantly from the south, so we won't see a return to smoke, at least in the short term. What we will see, though, the humidity. So even though it's going to be hazy over the weekend, that haze will be related to humidity and not necessarily wildfire smoke. And we're going to see high humidity heading into early next week. Barneveld, 78 degrees. West Leiden, 78. Cross Southern Valleys. Morris, 80 degrees. Hartwick, 78. Westford also checking in with 78 degrees. We've got a warm front moving through tonight. That's going to push the humidity up overnight. We'll drop down into the low 60s. Might see a brief shower this evening, but it's generally quiet tonight. We'll start out tomorrow morning with a mix of sunshine and clouds. A few pop-up showers and thunderstorms develop in the afternoon and evening. Temperatures, again, look to be on the warm side. Tomorrow night, more scattered showers and storms. Sunday, again, wetter than Saturday. Cloudy skies, cooler too. Temperatures in the mid-70s. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 63. Improving air quality tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. Humid, a high of 84. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Next week, Monday and Tuesday, scattered showers and storms. Most of those are in the afternoon times. Neither day looks to be a washout, so if you have plans for the 4th of July, just something to keep an eye on. It gets hot. Temperatures close to 90. Looking ahead to Thursday.
90.
Now, I know we're getting there.
We're ready for it. All right, thanks, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6 at Utica Academy. Hey, bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Want to get you set for that holiday weekend. All important. We're seeing a little bit less smoke now. That's very nice. What can we expect? I see a couple of raindrops.
Yeah, we're just going to kind of focus on the shower chances now. Now that the smoke is going to be, hopefully, a thing of the past heading into the weekend. The levels will be down quite a bit. It does look like Saturday will be the drier of the two weekend days. Sunday will be a little bit wetter. Both days look very humid. That's going to be the big change, and we will have haze in the air over the weekend, but just understand that's going to be related to humidity as opposed to the wildfire smoke, which has been causing quite a bit of haze over the past 2 days. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Just an isolated shower this evening. Otherwise, the weather's pretty quiet. Temperature-wise, it's still pretty warm out there. We're 74 degrees. It's going to become increasingly more humid heading into tonight. You could leave the windows open tonight. Again, the air quality is expected to get better as we move forward. We're not going to be dealing with the smoke issues as we head into the weekend. We'll see a big improvement with that. We're also going to look at the possibility of, again, some rain over the weekend. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Take a look at this. That's City Hall tonight.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Pretty quiet night across Central New York. We still have all that haze and poor air quality for now, but things are going to change as we go forward. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A couple of sprinkles taking place south of Utica, but tonight's weather looks pretty quiet. Lots of haze today. This is a time lapse of our tower camera overlooking Oneonta, and again, it's just been Another one of those days where the haze is pretty thick, and again, that's due to wildfire smoke. There is good news here in this department, though. We are going to see an improvement in the air quality tomorrow. While we won't be completely in the clear, we will be in much better shape as winds turn into the south. Again, some smoke is possible in the morning, but I think you'll notice the difference in the afternoon as this smoke starts to lift out of our area. And it generally stays out as we head into Sunday. The good news is that looking ahead, I'm looking at the weather patterns and the wind, and it's generally from the south heading into next week, which means we'll stay away from smoke across central New York, at least for now, until those wildfires go out. We could still see some smoke in the future, but again, at least for the short term, we're going to be in good shape. Out with the smoke, in with the humidity. Looking at high levels of humidity over the weekend, along with the chance for a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms. We're going to be tracking the area of low pressure moving in from the west. This is what's responsible for the wind direction change. We go into the south, or winds come from the south, and again, that's going to bring in the humidity and clear out the smoke. And as that low pressure arrives, it also gives us the chance for a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms, primarily in the afternoon time over the next few days. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight lows in the low 60s. We start out tomorrow morning dry with some sunshine. Daytime heating plus low pressure to our west could spark off a few thunderstorms in the afternoon. A few could produce some locally heavy rain and gusty winds. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s. Tomorrow night, a few passing showers are possible. On Sunday, the weather does look gloomier, mostly cloudy with a few showers, widespread showers, I should say, at high temperatures on the cooler side compared to Saturday with highs in the 70s. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 63. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms, a humid day, a high of 84. Storm Tracker 2's 7-day forecast. The humidity sticks around. We will notice the haze tomorrow, but that's more related to humidity than wildfire smoke. We're looking at scattered showers and storms Monday and Tuesday. Could impact your 4th of July plans. We'll keep you posted on that. Looking hot, close to 90 by Thursday.
Wow. This is what we were kind of afraid of. It was going to get really warm for Boilermaker weekend. I know it's outside of that forecast, but
we'll see.
We'll be ready.
Yeah,
All right,
we'll
thanks,
see.
Bill. Coming up next, planning that trip to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis gets you set for the holiday weekend forecast. Smoke becoming a non-factor now, right?
Finally, we're going to get a break from the smoke. It'll take some time, but I think we'll start to clear out on Saturday. For those of you that have outdoor plans, both days, we could be talking about some showers and thunderstorms. I think Sunday will be the wetter of the 2 weekend days. The other story this weekend, the humidity. That's going to be ramping up as we head into the next 24 hours. So out with the smoke and in with the humidity. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, looking pretty quiet across the area. Can't rule out a very brief shower tonight as a warm front's moving through. Our temperature is milder. We're 72 degrees with partly cloudy skies. The dew point is on its way up. And tonight we'll drop down into the low 60s. The air quality will be improving, so if you're looking to run the air conditioner tonight, no problems doing that. We are going to be tracking those showers and thunderstorms as we head into the weekend. A look at that forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Take a look.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and weather is looking pretty quiet this evening. We're seeing a push of some warmer and more humid air starting to work in, and that is going to eventually help clear out the smoke. It was a very hazy day today. This is a time lapse of our tower camera from Oneonta. The smoke will stick around tonight, but as the wind direction changes, things are expected to improve Saturday. As we look at the air quality for Saturday, we go from unhealthy to only mildly unhealthy. Really, most people won't even notice the difference. You'll notice the difference in air quality improvement, though, as the winds turn into the south. The smoke is eventually going to lift to the north. Still might smell like smoke tomorrow morning, but again, as the course of time will just help the smoke clear out as winds turn southerly and again, all that smoke moves out of the area. So a little bit of patience, but things will be getting better as we head into the weekend. As the smoke moves out, the humidity moves in. We're looking at very humid conditions over the next several days, along with the chance for some showers and thunderstorms. And that's because the low pressure will be working in from the west, and that will bring in the humid conditions with the south wind, but it also brings the risk for showers and thunderstorms as we head into the next several afternoons. Tonight, we drop down into the low 60s. It's a dry start to Saturday. We'll see a couple of pop-up showers and thunderstorms Saturday afternoon. A few of these could produce some locally heavy rain and some gusty winds, but again, these are not going to affect all areas. Temperatures climb into the low to mid 80s. It's going to be, again, a very humid day. Scattered showers tomorrow night, maybe a rumble of thunder. I think we'll see more showers and storms on Sunday compared to Saturday. That's more likely going to be the washout day, although I don't think it'll be a washout. Looking at cloudy skies with temperatures in the 70s. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 63. Tomorrow, looking at scattered thunderstorms. It's humid, high temperature of 84. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. On Sunday, again, widespread showers and maybe a rumble of thunder, 75. There's a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms on Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures in the low 80s. It remains humid through all of next week. In fact, we could be making a run towards 90 degrees looking ahead to Thursday.
Sunday, more of a washout, though? I mean, we're going to see consistent rain throughout the day?
There'll be more rain on Sunday compared to Saturday.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Bill. Coming up next, planning that